Hi everyone, it's Laura with How's It Growing, and today I am super excited to be joining you from out front of my mom and dad's house. So this is the home I grew up in, and this is the home where I learned to love gardening. My parents are both huge, enthusiastic gardeners and have a wonderful variety of plants and shrubs. So this is going to be a really fun video to share with you guys today. So first, I want to give a huge thanks to flowerbulbs.com for sponsoring this video. Their mission is to share how joyful and wonderful it is and how easy it is to plant bulbs in the fall for spring blooming. But I couldn't think of anything greater than the gift of a garden. I have a ton of ice Follies daffodils. It's going to be stunning. I've got some Muscari, the Grape Hyacinths, that I'm going to be mixing in with the daffodils, and I just love that combination. I've got some tulips I'm going to be planting in some containers for them, and I also have hyacinths as well. My mother loves hyacinths, and they always make me think of her. My mom and dad love spring flowering bulbs, but the thing of it is, they've not really done any serious mass plantings, and they've been here over 50 years now. Now, tulips don't come back very reliably here, and we generally treat them as an annual, which I think is worth it. The joy that the tulips give you, I am out here planting them every year. But daffodils are fantastic at naturalizing and spreading. Now, to get the job done quickly and easily for me today, I have about 500 bulbs to plant. But I can do this super quick using my power planter Auger. That is my go-to. I'll link down in the description below what I'm using for the power planter. There are so many options. And also any kind of material, soil, fertilizer, anything that I'm using today, in addition to all the bulb varieties. It's also Veterans Day, so if you see the flag flying out here, thank you very much to our men and women of service. We appreciate you so much. But right now I'm going to get to planting. Now what I'm doing is I'm creating multiple holes with the power planter Auger because I want to plant my bulbs close together. There are spacing guidelines, but I sometimes throw the rule book out the window and do what I like. So with this, I'm planting the daffodils and Muscari all close together, and they'll form almost like a beautiful bouquet. And what's wonderful about the daffodils and the Muscari is, like I was saying, they will naturalize and spread. And let me just show you. Here's one of the Muscari bulbs, and you can already see a little baby forming on there. So that's an indication that, you know, we're gonna get more from this bulb. And here's the Ice Follies daffodil. Now, when you plant your bulbs, you wanna plant them flat side down, pointy side up, and that goes for any of your bulbs. Pointy side up, flat side down. Don't make things more complicated than they need to be. Leave everything just as is. They're perfect to plant, just as they are. Now I'm going to go along with a little bit of the Espoma Bulb Tone just because that's what I love to do. But the great thing with planting bulbs is all of the energy and nutrients that your plant needs is right here in this bulb. Okay, so here's the plan. I have this basket here that I'm gonna put some tulips in. And this is like a resin wicker, so it is water, you know, and weather resistant, but I have a nursery container. I did this with dahlias this year and it worked out great. So I have this inside. I've got my potting soil in here. Always make sure that your containers have good drainage, especially with your bulbs. You don't want your bulbs to rot. Now, these are probably going to be up here in the spring, but for now, my mom and dad will probably take these and put them maybe on the side of their shed. And they've got some pine straw, maybe cover up the top with some of their leaves or pine needles, things like that, just for a little extra layer of protection. But you don't want these to be in an area that's going to get, you know, pounded with rain or moisture over the winter. You don't have to water these. You don't have to touch them. They're doing all the magic in the soil there, and then when spring comes, you're going to see a beautiful display here. So just maybe move your containers to a little bit more of a protected area. One year I put a, you know how sometimes they'll sell the little cut spruce trees or evergreens on a stand? One year I potted up a bunch of hyacinths, and I did a video on that actually, and I put that spruce top right on top of my bulbs. You can decorate these and put your winter greens in here right on top of your bulbs. Perfect. So then when you're done and you toss your evergreens at the end of the season, then all you're doing is waiting for those bulbs to come up. I'm gonna layer in some tulips, and then I'm gonna put a layer of soil back on top of it. So these are golden Prince Claus tulips, but I'm just gonna take these and I'm going to lay them on the top of the container here. I'll show you what it looks like. Now, with something like this, you could even put the muscarian. You could do really whatever you want. Make a bulb lasagna where you plant layers of different bulbs with different bloom times. There are just endless opportunities with your bulbs to get as creative as you want. And I will bring you guys back here in the spring and show you how everything looks. So I think I got 22 in there. It's planted pretty close together. So you can see just a layer on top there. Now I'm gonna top it off with a little bit of potting mix. Just standard potting mix is fine. And I'm not gonna water these or anything. I'm gonna leave them exactly how they are. The soil is already a little moist, so I don't wanna add to that. I wanna leave it just how it is. Okay, so that one is finished. Now I've got two more. These are just plastic, molded plastic containers, so these will not crack or anything over the winter. I'm gonna fill these with soil, and then I'm gonna pack them with the same variety of tulips. Good to go. Now there's one more planter over here off on the side where I think I'm gonna plant more of the tulips. So they'll have these two containers here on the steps, maybe one on this side, one on this side. By the way, my dad puts some kind of an arborvitae or evergreen in here in the winter time. I think he's about to replace it, so I'm not gonna do anything with that right now. Do you want me to pull out the dianthus in the concrete planter? Okay. Okay. You heard it here, folks. Mom says it's okay to pull out the dianthus because she wants bulbs and said that she's going to plant other stuff. So clear this out. That's it, you guys. I just swapped out the pumpkin for a basket of beautiful tulips, and I'll put some evergreens in there. But thank you so much for joining me in my parents' garden today. It's been an absolute pleasure to be able to show you some parts of my mom and dad's garden. And thank you to flowerbulbs.com for sponsoring this video and giving me an opportunity to show you guys just how easy and rewarding it will be come spring. It is truly the gift that keeps on giving, and I cannot wait to show you guys what it looks like here in the spring. Have a great day, guys.